Welcome to another super exciting episode of the Lady Gamers Night presents the Sister Slay D&D. We are just strolling through Barovia like you do. We just escaped Death House. Adam will give us the whole rundown in a moment. But thank you for joining us. And I will hand it over to Adam if he is ready.
Sure. Well, do we want to do announcements first? I mean, I heard we had something kind of big to share.
I was gonna do the announcement, I almost said halftime, like it's a sport.
Halftime?
Yeah,
Okay.
like a halftime announcement.
Halftime announcement.
I just had to.
For that and the Eagles.
Before that one, do we want to share the other big news that we have that we'll hopefully be doing next week?
Yeah.
Well, wait, how many people do we even have in right now? Because if we don't have people, I want to wait. Cause this is kind of exciting.
Yeah, that's why I was like, we'll hold off on announcements. Real quick though, before we continue, Roll20 was just like, you know what? I don't want everybody to have a camera.
Yeah, I know mine's been acting up like since I logged in like that.
So let me
My mouse just shows that. Let me
refresh that. And see, as we wait for all of our darling children to arrive. So
I
was
see them either. Do you want me to drop and reconnect?
Yeah, if you want to do that. And while we just get this one little thing ironed out, what's everybody been up to? Let's go around the room and
around the
totally around the room. No, just around the room.
All around the U.S., just as we do. Okay, well, I can go. So, last night we had our holiday party at Blizzard.
Yes.
Awesome time. Our theme was Haunted Mansion, which feels very spooky and very Curse of Strahd-esque.
It got you in the mood.
And we had the added... Yeah, we had the added benefit of... Disneyland and Blizzard partnered together to make an amazing experience. It was absolutely wonderful. I was dressed up in theme. It was on the Disneyland property. I was waiting for friends, and in less than 5 minutes, I had 3 separate groups of people ask me, excuse me, do you work here? Do you know where the restrooms are?
That's fantastic.
And because I'm...
Disneyland? That's pretty epic.
And because I am at Disneyland every freaking week, I was able to just be like, yeah, it's over there to the right, down the hall, it's on your left, little partition there. Thanks, I don't work here though. But it was a great time. I did not sit down all night. My calves are killing me because I was walking around and talking to people, but so worth it. I did not even have a drink all night because I was just so busy walking around and enjoying myself. So
that's great.
I'm hoping to eventually put out some pictures on Twitter. I have not had time to go through all of the pictures I took between prep for today's game and playing with my group yesterday and everything else that happened on Saturday. So we're getting there. I am slowly finding time to do things.
Hey, slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else do something exciting? I still don't have Adam's camera, so
I know, I don't know what's happening.
You know what? It might be because it's tied up by my OBS. Let me quit this.
Oh.
Exit.
Well, I've been streaming Dream Daddy for a few days this week, and we got some new followers because of it. Just people that never played the game before. I liked what I've been doing so far.
I didn't get to listen to it last night.
I know, I saw your message.
But I got to watch it, if that's any consolation.
I've been able to stop in here and there, but haven't been able to watch.
Who are you going after?
I kind of want to go after Robert just because I'm like, yay, I'm doing something good for a change. But now I'm like, I'm on good terms with everybody. And then I remembered waking up this morning, I'm like, I can only pick one person, and that's going to be a really short live stream, so I'll just keep going back and trying to get every dad for the next live stream.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, like you can reload from a specific point, so I can just keep going back and doing.
That's cool. Yeah, that's smart.
How to get every daddy?
Yeah.
All the dads.
You're a dad slut.
How to Get Every Daddy. An autobiography by Adam.
All right, Adam's back. Now I don't have Jenna.
No. Well, I just tweeted that we're live, so...
Alright, well, I mean, we are live, it's just... But
I know.
now I'm gonna take the little thing off and everybody can see our faces. What?
Hey.
So, Adam,
Hooray.
would you like to take us away like Calgon?
Yeah.
I'm trying to put you in your little
Let's
box.
put Calgon.
Oh, there we
Nobody
go.
puts Adam in a box.
I did
Or in
it.
the corner.
He's
Okay.
he's in a
Yeah,
box in the corner.
Alright, perfect. So, when we last saw each other, the Sister Slay had been whisked away to the lands of Barovia by the Vistani, and at some point during their adventures, they were stolen from their caravan and dropped in the middle of the woods somewhere. And as they wandered into a town, they came across this house where two children outside were talking about a monster in the basement, and that it was they had their younger sibling and they needed help. So the sisters went inside with the best of intentions. Something not quite right. As they continued to explore the house, they uncovered the grisly cult that lived and operated there, the fates of Rose and Thorn, who unfortunately passed due to their parents' neglect in favor of their cult. And then they made their way to the basement, into the dungeon, where they discovered the sacrificial altar. And after having to choose between performing a sacrifice or being attacked, they of course chose the right decision, which was don't murder each other.
Oh, we could have murdered each other? I didn't even think
Wait,
of that.
you never told us that.
Hey, I was just telling
Just
you
to
one must
clarify,
die.
I was very curious how other groups did this, and I am so proud of us for going the way that we did.
Mm-hmm. Why do most of them pick somebody to sacrifice?
There's been fuse.
There were people that basically just killed their entire group and then came back with their saving throws. I was like, how?
Oh, that doesn't count. No.
Yeah, they
I'm
were
not
trying to do
talking
that.
about
I'm like, what kind of DM does this group have? Where they're like,
No.
lenient.
Unconscious is not dead.
What?
Mhm.
Very clear. They need to die.
And I'm like, how did this
Die.
work? Like, did they have like one person left just to finish this campaign? Because I'm like, what happened? Well, what I usually have been hearing is that they would get their groups up to level 3, and I'm like, but we're level 4 though, aren't we?
Yeah, because we
Yes.
did other
So
stuff.
we're one level better than all the other groups.
We're always better.
Yeah.
Just
Better.
saying.
Level 4, baby.
So, after avoiding the sacrifice and the shambling horror of Flesh Golem came to
Ugh.
life and tried to attack the sisters, they fled back into the house in an effort to escape as the main pillar of the home started to shake. And suddenly the illusions were all dispelled, and the house did its best to try and capture them and keep them. Doorways turned into swinging scythe traps, and the walls were filled with rats that once attacked just exploded forth and started attacking the party. The fireplaces started to billow with poisonous fumes that started to fill the rooms. And through some clever ingenuity, you all escaped out of the nursemaid's room by knocking through the bricked up windows that once were doors out onto the platform terrace, and using entangling vines tracing down the side of the building to climb down and drop to the front of the house, where you were met by the Bastani, who are outside trying to get you to come outside. They weren't able to make their way in. You all managed to escape, climb into the back of the caravan, and they start riding away through the city. And as you did, Jayaz looked up and saw a young Bastani girl holding what appeared to be the same doll in the yellow dress.
You
She
didn't
had
say
seen in the
same
house.
doll. You just said doll in a yellow dress.
Dollany dress.
Doll in
And that Dolometer.
What? No. He
So-
said a doll in a yellow dress. He didn't say, but I assumed.
So was she like helpful, or just there?
The doll?
Yeah.
She was in the house or in the caravan?
Well, like in the house.
You don't know. You weren't there.
In the house, it was very unclear. However, from Jayaz's perspective, it definitely was not there to help.
Right.
It was.
I'm assuming we can all see this doll now, so we're all like, "Oh, what a cute doll!" And she's just sitting there
now,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, she was. I'm sure I'll see her again. I'm sure.
So that brings us to where we are now. So as you all pile into the caravan and start driving away, the Vistani basically kick it into high gear to get away from the house. And as they do, they turn down a main thoroughfare through this town, this city. And as they slow down, you all start looking out the back of the caravan after, some of you turn to the girl and go, "Oh, your doll is so cute," and try to make friends with the various Vistani in the caravan with you. As you travel through, you see these big houses that kind of line the streets. They're tall, gothic, similar to what the Death House looked like, but some of the doors are boarded up. Most of the houses do not appear to have any lights on inside. Some of the houses just have doors wide open. You can hear the sound of some rats in some of those houses as the caravan goes by.
Good lord.
The wooden wheels just kind of clacking on the cobblestones. As you're also going through the village, you begin to pass a few different buildings that appear to be a bit more populated. However, the townsfolk here all appear to have almost sallow blue skin, like their bodies were cold and there seems to be a void of life in them. There's no expression in their eyes. They barely turn to acknowledge the caravan as it comes through. A couple townsfolk manage to look up and catch your eye, but pay no further interest in that. It isn't long until you pass through the rest of the city, and at one point you see this one hunched up figure in rags eating some kind of pastry with just this look of exuberance on his face. It strikes you as odd, but as soon as you recognize it, the caravan keeps moving and it's gone.
Oh.
You make your way out of the city, and as you do, you travel through this thick forest with the cobblestones in town gave way to these muddy ruts that the horses are now pulling fairly strong through, and you see part of these trails.
Mm-hmm.
So as you leave the village of Barovia,
That is a big map.
it is a ginormous map.
There we go.
You manage to go through here. So you're coming from Barovia.
Trying to find.
I was gonna say, you can just zoom all the way out because I'm basically just using the over map to show where we're going here. You make your way through down across the river, and as you come to a fork in the road, the caravan turns to the right, and the road gradually disappears and is replaced with a twisted, muddy path through the trees. You see other deep ruts in the mud, which show the coming and goings of other wagons in this area. The canopy of mist and branches suddenly give way to black clouds that boil far above you. There's a clearing here, and next to a river that widens to form a small lake that's several hundred feet across. And we're going to take you to...
I'm sure those clouds are fine.
Yeah, usually, I mean, probably okay. I wish there was an easier way to move the player icon.
Nope.
Especially because I can't really drag you that far.
Montage.
Yeah, I'm trying to move you guys over, so this is gonna get kind of weird. Apologies in advance.
So, Is that where we came from? Oh, whoops.
There we go.
Oh, now it's all dark.
I need to put your tokens down.
So,
Put you all down out here.
while you do that, I did have one question.
Of course, the first thing I see is horses, and I'm like, oh!
Horsies!
So,
What was your question?
the things that we had, like you said, the food that I had gotten, I realized was rotted and stuff.
Yes.
So, like, I tossed that out of the back of the caravan, or the carriage.
Crying.
I did eat some of that bread.
You did.
Okay. Am I feeling that at
Don't
all?
worry, I'm sure it doesn't have any lasting effects.
What's that foam leaking out of your ears?
Great. Awesome. Just something I've been wondering about all week is how Jayas's stomach is doing in this carriage.
What's your constitution?
say-
I remember I have a
for
low
the-
constitution.
Yeah, for the sake of traveling, your stomach is uneasy, but you're not violently ill.
Okay.
You're not sure if it's the actual food that is making you sick or just the thought of
Of the food.
eating this food that you now know was rotted and disgusting and gross.
And then the doll. Alright. Jayas isn't having a great time right now, is
No.
how I'm feeling.
The trip to the Vistani camp does take about a day. You managed to take a long rest during that period, so feel free to regain any hit points that you've lost, as well as any spells that you'd like to swap out.
And luck.
And as you arrive to the Vistani camp, you see 5 colorful round tents, each about 10 feet in diameter, pitched outside of a ring of 4 barrel-topped wagons. Your caravan comes and drops you all off and parks itself, and they release the horses to go and refresh themselves down at the river. A much larger tent stands near the shore of the lake, and its sagging form is lit from the inside. Near this tent, the horses are drinking from the water out all by the lake there. As you arrive, you hear kind of these sad, mournful notes from an accordion, but it clashes rather violently with the singing of several brightly clad Vistani around the bonfire. They seem to be celebrating and living life as the Vistani frequently do. A footpath continues beyond this encampment, which meanders north between the river and the forest's edge.
Just
What
an
would you like to
aside,
do?
there is somebody in the chat that knows who Adam is.
Oh God! Why?
Sky High Gaming.
Hi. Hi, Tyler.
No pressure.
So, you have arrived at the Vistani camp. What would you all like to do?
Alright. Are these all little Vistani that I'm seeing? Is that those tokens?
Those handsome
Yes.
bearded
All
men.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I have it zoomed out for. I guess I can zoom in a little bit more. Oh, now I
Yeah.
can see that they're handsome bearded men.
Yes.
Okay, so
Would we call them handsome?
I mean, she would call them handsome. I don't know
Okay.
about.
I would call them men. I would call them things with legs. So I know it's gonna be a surprise, but Jayas's first order of business is gonna be to find some fresh bread and a flask of wine.
Okay.
So not Mandy, totally. Jayas is going to, like, just kind of, she's very charismatic, so she's going to kind of, like, go through the crowd, introduce her, like, hey, how's it going, hey, hi, and, like, see if she could, like, rub elbows with somebody and get some free stuff.
Yeah, for sure. So you approach the camp, you sit and talk with the Vistani. They have various, it's the Vistani, they know how to party. They've got, a few bottles of wine being shared between them, a couple flagons of ale. One of the carriages over here appears to have a keg, like, built into it that has a tap on the side, and that seems to be where they're refilling their ale from. They all seem to be quite inebriated at this point.
Awesome.
But they're happy to share what they have with you, of course.
Do any of them look familiar? Like, do they look like the Vistani that shanghaied us here?
A few of them that were in your caravan have exited and joined the party. They're very quick to start drinking and laughing and cavorting with their friends, telling them of their tales in their
I didn't
time
mean
there.
like from Death House. I meant from
The
ones...
people that picked you up from Death House are the same ones that lost you.
The
They're
okay. That's what I was meaning. Those people. Those people. Okay.
Those people. Yeah.
So yeah, after going through what we did, Jayas is just gonna be like, she's putting her feet up for a minute. Like, she needs to... lot happened. She needs to focus.
Yeah. For the other girls, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go check out the horses.
Okay. So you go north and check out the horses.
Yeah, not just check out, but just... He doesn't want to be around the rabble.
Okay.
So she's just gonna go talk with some pretty ponies.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and move your token over by the horses. And Mandy, go ahead and move Jayaz to the Vistani wherever you're sitting. As you approach the horses, you notice that they're all unbridled. They do not have any sort of saddles or any sort of wagon carrying equipment on them. They've all been unleashed, and they seem perfectly content to stay with the party. They're just relaxing down by the river. A few of them acknowledge you as you approach, recognizing that you're not one of the Vistani. You're, technically a stranger. However, your affinity with nature and animals, they seem to give you, a welcoming nod before returning to the water.
Okay. Can I pet them?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
They're friendly.
So that's what I'm doing. Just putting the back of my hand, I find one that I just am drawn to, and I just, rub his muzzle and scratch his cheek, and I'm content to hang out here for the time being.
You got it. Charlie is currently switching computers, so she'll be back momentarily. So in the meantime, Amelia is just kind of quietly following along with Jayaz.
Would she though?
They're
maybe on the opposite side of the...
notwithstanding.
I was gonna say, because they're best friends.
She's on the outer skirts of the camp.
We're like this.
By one of the wagons, just kind of.
She's over
chilling.
here. Jayas is over here.
Yeah. And Janaga, what are you doing?
I'm listening in while just wandering around, just checking out the tents.
Okay. So, as you are by the tents, all four of you...
Myself over here.
Well, I should say, the three of you who are not Jayaz all hear the rabble of Vistani start to chatter about, and Jayaz, you're talking to them directly. And they're like, shh, I'm going to tell you a story.
This is how we got in this trouble to begin with.
Gather around. And, I mean, you know that these are gypsy folk. They like to tell their stories, but this one who's particularly inebriated just clearly wants to, be part of the action and see how much attention he can get from the rest of the guys here.
Could you describe him physically?
The crowd. Sure. He's human. He's humanoid. He does have a bit of a goatee, not quite like the portrait there, but a small one.
Okay.
Black hair. He's wearing bright red, vibrant colors. He has a belt of these gold bangly type little bead things that are just hanging about. Purple pants that are a royal purple that clash horribly with the red. But he's also, adorned with just jewelry and decadence and all sorts of gypsy trinkets. He almost, not quite, but almost makes a little kind of a noise as he shifts around and moves in front of the fire to get everyone's attention.
Would Jayas think he could make a good loaf of bread? Does he look like...
Are we talking bread or are we talking bread?
Actual bread. Because that's what she looks for in a man. Is the baker type.
A good rise.
Right.
A good rise.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
really,
just hear the
every
horse
time
in the
you...
background, I'm like, yeah, tell me about it.
So as you all move around, and you're sizing him up as he's telling the story, but he grandstands in front of the fire, and everyone kind of crowds around and listens. He's like, and I have totally forgotten my Barovian accent. Every time I'm doing it today, it's trying to come out Russian, so apologies. I'm not going to try and do the accent right now. I'm going to try and train myself out of it, but we'll get back to it. The crowd gets quiet. All you can really hear are some rustlings in the woods, the horses down by the river, and he begins. I wish to tell you a tale of a mighty wizard who came to this land over a year ago. I remember him like it was yesterday. He stood exactly where you're standing, pointing specifically at Jayaz. A very charismatic man he was. He thought he could rally the people of Barovia against the Devil Strahd. He stirred them with thoughts of revolt and bore them to the castle en masse. When the vampire appeared, the wizard's peasant army fled in terror. A few stood their ground and were never seen again. The wizard and the vampire cast spells at each other. Their battle flew from the courtyards of Ravenloft to a precipice overlooking the falls. I saw the battle with my own eyes. Thunder shook the mountainside, and great rocks tumbled down upon the wizard, yet by his magic he survived. Lightning from the heavens struck the wizard, and again he stood his ground. But when the Devil Strahd fell upon him, the wizard's magic couldn't save him. I saw him thrown 1,000 feet to his death. I climbed down the river to search for the wizard's body, to see if, he had anything of value. But the river Ivalice had already spirited him away. To this day, no one knows quite what happened to him. And he looks around expectantly at the group, who's clearly heard this story a few times before. And they're just like, okay, yeah, congratulations, Steve. This is the 4th time you've told this story.
Today.
The rest of you, however...
Jayas is literally like...
entranced. And it's almost like a supernatural storytelling where you're very much invested, and then as soon as it's over, you realize, like, wow, that was... okay. You kind of question whether or not he's telling the truth. It sounds like a great story, but that also means there were others that were brought here before you. And what was their purpose? After the storytelling, one of the Vistana who came over and brought you here reminds you, ooh, Madame Ava, she wishes to see you. And he gestures to the north, the tent to the north, the big sagging one that has like the lights coming out of it. And the entrance almost kind of beckons you towards it. As you make your way over, though, you realize that this tent here appears to have various items set up on pedestals out in front of the tent, almost as if it's a makeshift trading post.
Okay. Which
is kind of interesting, because you get the sense that the Vistani don't really need to buy or trade here in Barovia. But maybe there will be something there that catches your eye.
Like potions?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yes, please.
So I definitely
So I'm looking for all the carts in the tents.
want to check that out. But I also want to look at my inventory list, because I might have something to trade.
Yeah, they're really into that, fermented wine.
They do love booze.
Would they like a tentacle, maybe?
Would they like a Grick tentacle?
Would they like one mushy tentacle?
Good for the cooking.
Alright, so Jayas is gonna, after she's done, it's the best story in the world, she's just so, she's gonna definitely go check out the wares to see what's up, what they have.
Okay. So as you approach, a Vistani decked in bright turquoises and greens exits, and he sees visitors from a foreign land. He's like, potential customers, and he pops out, very excited. Welcome to my trading post. Come see my wares from far beyond these lands. I guarantee you I have things that no one in Barovia has.
Alright. First order of business.
I just imagine you actually approaching him with the oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see about that. You know what? Because I'm just imagining, he probably thinks, ooh, trinkets and shinies, but Jayas has, some weird shit on her, so, we'll see about exotic, sir.
Right.
So, I want, to see definitely
Maybe they have bread.
if there's any health potions.
Okay.
Would be
What
first.
do you ask him? Just straight up, hey, you got health potions?
I feel like I still have a flask of wine in my hand, and I'm like, yeah, interesting. But do you have any more common items, like potions of healing?
He kind of looks at you inquisitively like, of course I do. I have a few different potions that may be of your liking. He gestures you inside of the tent, and he pulls forth this wooden chest that looks almost like a large cigar box.
Ooh.
And as he opens it, inside you see a velvet cushioned 6x6 row with potions inside of these beautiful glass vials. There's about 8 of them are red in nature that have the gold flicker of healing potions that you recognize.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a few others that you don't quite... You haven't seen them before, you're not sure what they are.
Alright, I'm gonna ask him about the other ones. Like, what... I'm like, yeah, this definitely, this makes me happy. What about these? Now it's a business deal.
Oh, I see. You have an interesting taste. Let's see here. And he takes the potions and he kind of holds them up to the dim candlelight in here. Alright. I am currently generating a deck. Yeah, you absolutely can. I assume that those of you who are interested in shopping have gone inside at this point.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I just had my Dungeon Master's Guide. Here we go. So, these healing potions, you may not be able to tell by here, but there are different types. And he holds up the 2 bottles, and they look the same from the outside. However, as he shakes them, one has like the faint shimmer of gold that shows the magic of restorative properties. The other one, as he shakes it, almost flashes with vibrancy.
Ooh.
It's very different. The other ones, he takes one of them. He pulls it up and he shakes it slightly. It is a dark blue in nature, and in the very center of it appears to be almost like a couple sparks that come in the shape of stars. It bubbles and steams inside of the glass, and while you touch the glass and it's cool to the touch, the inside of it appears like it's warm.
Interesting. But he doesn't say, like, this is a potion of bleh, this is a potion of bleh.
You can ask him. He's basically just showcasing the different ones right now and pulling them out.
I wish I had my wine bottle with me for... Like, that's very nice, sir, but what are they?
This one is a potion of heroism. It gives you, shall we say, some inspiration when you need it most.
Always.
For any of you who are familiar with potions or, creating or crafting them, go ahead and roll either an Arcana check or a Nature check to see if you recognize the properties of this.
Do I not have any crafting? Or you said, or a nature?
These would be just a normal skill check.
I'll just go for it. Whoops, wrong one.
You could do either one, nature or arcana.
Wrong one. Oh.
Okay, calm down there, Miss Nature Girl. Jeez. So, Adrian and Jenna, you recognize these as imbibing these potions will give you bonuses on attacks and saving throws. Out of game, you get to add a d4 to whatever your roll results are for as long as the potion is active, and the potion lasts for roughly 1 hour.
Okay, how much does it cost?
Well...
do we want to go through all of the different potions first?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say,
pick our favorites.
Well, I was trying to find out what all it was, because Jayos is gonna try making a deal for the whole lot.
Okay.
So that's why I was trying to get like
two
an
of the potions.
inventory.
So 2 of the potions listed are crimson in nature when he picks them up and shakes them. This pulses with a dull light that kind of reminds you of a heartbeat. And he holds it up before you and says, "This is a potion of vitality. This one will cure you of whatever disease, poison ail you.
Be right back.
This may be something that, as you travel through Barovia, you may need."
I need a pen.
Okay.
With
Next.
status effects.
Yeah, it cures, for the 2 that rolled high, this potion cures diseases and poisons, as well as removes 1 point of exhaustion if you've suffered any exhaustion.
Very nice.
You also regain the maximum number for any hit dice you spend on short rest for the next 24 hours.
Say that again.
It lasts for 24 hours.
Okay.
And anytime you take a short rest and use hit dice to regain lost hit points, instead of rolling for it, you just regain whatever the full amount of the die is.
So if it's
your
like
hit die,
1d8 or something.
you just get 8 back plus your constitution automatically.
Okay.
And then the last one. Let's see, what looks fun? Let's do something fun. Ooh, yeah, let's do this one.
So was it 8 potions total, or 8 were the regular
No, it was-
healing
it was
potions?
6 by 6, so
12
it's
total.
36.
No,
Oh,
I'm
I
sorry,
thought it was
6 on one row and 6 on the next.
Okay,
Oh,
so
okay.
12
Yeah,
total.
2 rows of
Okay.
6. So there's 12 potions total. 8 of them appear to be some variation of healing potion.
Okay.
There's 1 potion of heroism, 1 potion of vitality. I'm sorry, 2 potions of vitality. And then this last one is... damn it, I just had it, and it moved. There it is. Okay, so this one, as he picks it up, it appears to be empty. But as he shakes it, you can see the hint of liquid inside, but as soon as the liquid becomes still again, you can't see anything.
Vodka.
Because this is a potion of invisibility.
Mm-hmm.
Something that makes you
Ooh.
invisible to the naked eye.
Ooh.
There's enough in this bottle
I
for
don't need
one.
a potion for that.
So
Don't really either. I think that Jayaz needs that most.
what are you trying to say?
I mean, it only makes you invisible. It doesn't keep you from making noise or tripping over.
I-
I'm just saying.
I was gonna say, just go with me here. If I was invisible, could a maybe possessed yellow doll still find me?
I'm sure that there's probably some way it could find you.
All right, so
Invisibility is a tricky thing.
I see that, like, he's a businessman, but I'm assuming since he's Vistani, he also hit the bottle a little bit. So I'm gonna, put my...
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
Oh, okay. You're just not gonna give that to me? Would it be insight, though? I mean...
You're trying to determine if he's drunk, and you're looking at him, you're like, he's super smashed, he's gotta be. He's just Vistani, right? That's what they do.
That's what they do.
1, you may or may not be correct, but 2, slightly racist of you. Just saying.
So I'm gonna, like, clap him on the shoulder, and I have the flask still in my hand, and be like, "My good man, you look parched. Would you like a drink?"
He looks, he goes, "Oh, no, miss, I'm good, thank you. I don't drink while I'm on the job."
Oh, that's very...
You are not entirely sure you believe him.
Because I'm a racist. So I'm gonna be like, oh, understandable, professional. You run such a professional shop here. So the whole lot of them with the case. What are you thinking?
For the whole thing?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry
I mean,
about that.
And then she's gonna, like,
the
straighten
case
up a
now.
little bit, like.
let me see here. And he
Jayas
starts,
can
like,
wink better
getting-
than Mandy can.
He's going through the potions, pointing at them, doing some mental math, and he's kind of looking at you, looking at your garb. I mean, it's really hard to get these here. I will say 7,500 for the whole case.
How
Oh
many
my,
gems we got? I think we could probably cover that with them.
my good man. That's silver, right? 7,500 silver?
No, darling, I'm sorry, it's gold. Gold pieces.
Gold.
We're rich. We're not that rich.
Yeah, see, I saw similar potions, though, in a small shop in the town, Barovia, you know it?
He looks at you kind of sideways. Go ahead and roll a deception check.
Would it be deception?
Actually, doing this, can I like intimidate him?
Yeah, I feel like Amelia would probably be good at this.
Be like, dude, what the hell are you talking about? Like, we will need potions. Sell us these damn potions.
So he looks at you. He's like, "Oh, you saw someone else with potions here in Barovia. That's impressive. Where was the shop?"
Yeah, it was a small alley. You know the tall houses? Yeah, with the no doors. Yeah, it was a alleyway back there. I mean, you know, it wasn't quite as beautifully furnished as this, clearly. But, you know, the prices were quite a bit lower, and...
Don't bother talking to him anymore. We'll just go there and get them much
yeah,
cheaper.
I mean, I turned to the girls, and I'm like, I really like them. I mean, but that lady back in the town, you know...
I kind of want to get a good deal anyway, so we'll just go back.
He gives you a knowing look, and he's like, "Well, I mean, if they had better prices, I can't guarantee the quality is as good, or I mean that they're really potions. I guarantee you, these are very hard to come by here. I would be surprised and impressed if anyone else had them."
I would also be surprised and impressed if you were able to find very many customers.
Yeah.
So you have that to consider too.
Ah, I see. You may not be the only adventurer to come through this place. But I digress. I wish you the best.
Right.
Okay, listen, dude.
Okay, what are you saying to intimidate him?
It's a freaking some kind of human centipede type shit. New realm because of you people. The least you can do is give us a good damn deal on potions.
He kind of looks at you. Let's see. I'd be careful who you raise your voice to, little one. I did not bring you anywhere.
Oh.
The price has gone up 500 gold.
I'm done. I walk away.
Yeah, Jayas is just gonna shake her head like, I thought we had a good rapport going. I thought we could be friends. We scratched your back. I have some cool things I wanted to show you, but
okay, so does he care about position or status by any chance, or influence that he might have? Or favor?
Favor might be a thing with the Sonnies.
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
Because I am royalty.
Oh, boo-hoo. I'm noble too, so don't...
I was gonna say, there's a noble one, and then we have royalty. Might get something out of this.
From what you've seen of the Vistani so far, you kind of get the idea that they don't hold a lot of respect for nobility.
Right.
It seems very much like a gypsy clan. They probably have their own set of rules that they abide by.
Okay.
Trying to trade for nobility probably wouldn't work. Trading in favors, however, may...
I was gonna say, maybe he wants a favor. Or you could just sell him jazz. Say, she knows how to cook. Make a fine
Sell
one.
it,
Oh,
So-
I agree with that.
He does take a moment to respond to Jazz and goes, "You say you have interesting items for trade. That could be worthwhile. I'm interested. I just am very confused how
Throws the
I...
slimy tentacle up on the table.
I don't know though now. If I mean, you offended me and my friends by saying we wouldn't know what other potions, the quality of another potion or what another potion would be. So I'm feeling slighted and slightly intoxicated, but mostly slighted.
Well,
You
I
say that like
apologize.
it's
I
a
didn't
good thing.
insult you. I just want to make sure you get a good quality item. I can't stress enough how hard it is to find these types of things in Barovia. The materials to make them are not found here, and it seems very difficult to leave these lands.
How much money do we have?
Not that much.
Yeah, we only have 1,713 gold.
Okay.
And I'd rather have a dinosaur than a potion.
Now, there are probably other ways you could negotiate with them. I don't think that trying to threaten to go to a competitor was the right idea. There might be other things that might curry you a little bit more favor.
Guys!
Hold on, wait.
Jazz, you haven't
Is
even
there
tried the
any-
one thing you're like
hold on.
truly exceptional at.
So
Oh my god. If you're
I'm gonna-
insinuating, I think you're insinuating. That's hilarious. Can we please go through with this?
Can we wait first? Like,
Drink train.
Train. Away. So I'm gonna touch my ear now that I'm like out of earshot, and I'm gonna like slightly whisper, "Guys, we have a scroll of command."
Jayos makes that
So
face,
that's
by the way.
gonna work.
So Jayos, now she's turned her back on him. She's gonna be like, hold up, I have one more thing. So she'll turn back around and be, all right, I like you. Like I said, great shop you have here. A lot of great stuff. You said it's hard to come by certain items here. Have you ever heard of a goldfish tree?
His eyes kind of get a little bit wider. He's like,
Oh shit.
those are not common and they require vampires. I'm intrigued. Go on.
My good man. And again, she clasps his shoulder. My friends and I here have come across a very rare, very exotic goldfish tree in our travels. And I happen to have on me some ashes from that tree, which, as you would know, have endless uses. And as you say yourself, it is hard to come by the right ingredients to make things here. And I can guarantee with these ashes, you can make some items you could spend for lots of jink.
Now this is an interesting proposal. See, if you have these, you should have led with that. Spoiler for the future. Do that thing. Let me see. And he asks to see the bottled ashes which you present to him.
Mm-hmm.
He holds them up in the candlelight. He shifts them around, and as he does, he kind of pops it open and smells it. He's like, oh, this definitely ashes of a goldfish. How did? Never mind. I do not wish to know. I will knock 2,000 gold pieces off of the price of the box.
Okay.
In exchange for this.
Damn. Okay.
Okay.
What does the scroll of command do?
And while
So
the
the
girls,
scroll-
I was gonna say while she's
have it.
conversing, she's gonna like, why don't we sit for a moment? Let's get to know each other. And she's gonna kind of like take him aside and like still try to schmooze him over while the other three can plan something.
Okay.
He knows
Do you
about...
put your hand on his thigh?
No, I still am very buddy. I don't know where you guys got this idea about Jay. But yeah,
I
I'm
shared
just
the link for command in the Twitch chat and our chat. But long story short, command basically allows you to speak a one-word command to a creature. The target needs to succeed on a Wisdom saving throw, or it follows the command. Yeah, I was gonna say it's a little simple in that you can't necessarily do a full spell like suggestion where you can give them a full description of what you want them to do.
Right, then we could like say free.
Right, you could just basically compel him to make some kind of arrangement based off of whatever word you decide to use.
Okay. Did Vistani have exceptional wisdom?
Only one way to find out.
Oh.
I'll just slip you the scroll anyway. Like, I'll slip it into your robe and be like, yeah, you're the spellcaster.
Well, that's true. Ugh, I just don't know if we should use it.
We have that he would like.
I don't know. I mean, I can think of something, but I really don't want to give it away. I don't know how valuable it would be. I've got those greaves, the fire snake greaves that I got made.
You might want them.
Yeah, I think I might need
those scales. If you want to give them away,
I'll
steal them.
As you guys are sitting and talking, go ahead and make a persuasion roll for me.
Also, I'll do this first.
Okay.
That you're good at.
As she's talking to him though, and like trying to get, she's gonna be like, "Dude, how do you feel? Like, you know, Vistani, I know you move around a lot, but don't you ever wish you had someplace permanent you could settle down, like your own property, perhaps?"
He kind of looks at. He's like, "Oh no, not at all. Barovia is home for us, but we do get to travel. We can see the world. We always come back here, but." There's so much to explore, so much life to be lived.
My good man, yes. But, you know, if you owned property, you could sell it, again, for a lot of money, a lot of gold pieces, or you could rent it to these travelers that are in and out all the time.
Oh, I wouldn't say they're in and out. They mostly come in and then meet an unfortunate end. And he kind of glosses over that part. But I see your point. There is wealth to be found. I would not say this is probably a vacation spot per se, but it's an interesting proposal.
Is there anything that he might need done for him that he can't do himself that we might be able to accomplish for him?
There might be some stuff that gets uncovered by asking questions about maybe the area, about the Vistani themselves. He seems to be warming up now that you guys have talked for a while and it's less focused on business. Right. Outside, you can hear the rest of the Vistani having a good time, enjoying themselves. It seems to be a little bit of a lighter atmosphere.
So at this, Jayasa's gonna like, she's playing the game. She's gonna like,
let's just like try to be friendly with him.
I'll be like, you know what? I left something outside. If you, I'll be right back. My friends are here, and she's gonna go out.
Okay.
But really, because I'm assuming Amelia's still like outside or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So she's gonna go to Amelia and be like, "While I'm out here, go present him the deeds."
What deeds? What?
The property deeds.
Okay.
I
see what you're doing.
Yeah, we're trying to.
First off, I don't even like the dude. Second off,
if it's the deed to the death house, then he meets an unfortunate end.
Hey, well,
that's what you're trying to do.
See if he's interested. Yeah. I know you don't like him, but I also don't like dying, and we really need these potions.
Doing pretty damn well on my own, thank you.
But if we're good with him, he can keep making those potions for us.
I don't think
he can't get these ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
Unless maybe we offer to get specific ingredients for him.
Well, and then while she's out talking, like the whole time, I'd imagine like they're on the. I keep wanting to say walkie-talkie, but like on the earring.
Our earrings.
So that way, like we could all be like whatever.
Our eerie hearies.
Eerie hearies. And Jayas is gonna be like, look, whatever we have, we don't have nearly enough. We need these potions. I think he's telling the truth. This shit's really hard to come by here. We don't know what we're getting into. This place is whack as hell. We know that. So we really need to get these. So whatever we have, whatever we can offer him, our services, whatnot, everybody needs to try working this guy down. Like
just to get JS to stop talking because I'm already pissed off, I'm just gonna walk back in there and be like,
I want to see this.
What is this windmill?
And you
does it
hand him
mean
the
anything?
and you hand him the certificate.
Don't hand him it. I like put it down and
Show it
show
to
him.
Okay. He takes a moment to kind of look it over as it's presented before him, and he's looking through. He's like, "This does sound like it's the old bone grinder windmill. Many people stay away from there now. It was abandoned a long time ago, but yet there's a new tribe of a mother and her two daughters that make pastries and give them away and sell them. They use the mill to churn their flour, and that appears to be all that's up there now. The windmill was thought to be abandoned. I didn't know that there was a deed for it. And I am suddenly a little bit of a brogue now for some reason, because accents are hard.
You're doing good with that accent. Though.
Yeah, consistency.
And I just turn around and I'm like, Jazz!
I'm not a voice actor.
Oh, Jazz heard about the pastries. Trust.
I have just realized a very potential large oversight given my party and pastries.
Oh, I just said that for her, so she'd be on board.
That did not come together until just now.
I don't care.
Anyway, he tells you a little bit about Old Bone Grinder, and that it is indeed not terribly far from here, maybe a day's travel. He gives you a little bit of information where the women that live there create and sell these pastries and go into Barovia and frequently sell them. Go ahead and make a... What kind of check would this be? Make a persuasion roll.
Who?
You, since you're talking... Charlie, since you're talking to him.
Okay.
Okay. He doesn't offer up any additional information other than that, but he does kind of gesture in the direction of where the windmill is, so that you can find it. On the bigger map, it is visible, and you can go to the Old Bone Grinder if you'd like at any point.
I want to step in and say, why don't people go near there if it's just a mother and her children making pastries?
It's not that people can't go there. I mean, some of the people really seem to like their pastries. Sometimes people go there and wait out the line days waiting to see if the women have their wares, but it takes them time to make.
I wonder if they'll pay rent.
There's something a little off there. You're welcome to try and see if they leave once you present them with the deed.
Alaria Feywing.
I missed the first half of that. I heard Alaria though.
Have you ever heard of Alaria Feywing?
He thinks for a minute and kind of looks back to you. He's like, "No, I'm afraid I don't."
Well,
How much is
I
it?
tried.
Has everyone come back in at this point, or is?
I mean, I never.
I think I've just stayed inside.
Yeah, I never
Okay.
left.
Jayals, are you inside or outside? Right
Yeah, but she's like, now she's just kind of like looking at things by the door, because like she wants to give everybody a chance to work them over, and she's
Right.
like trying to think of something.
He kind of looks at the group, and as he's looking at all of you, he's like, I feel like you have purpose here. I feel like something's going to change. Possibly for the better, possibly for the worse. But I feel you're here for a reason. I will go as low as 5,000 gold. And I will throw in something a little bit extra. He goes to the back of his shop where there's various trinkets and baubles and nice shiny things. A couple weapons that look to have been smithed in iron and silver. And he picks up another wooden box. This one's long and thin. And he brings it over and he presents it to you. And as he opens it, there are two separate They appear to be wands. They're finely crafted. They look very nice. One is made of like almost a black type of wood. The other one is made with kind of like a rich cherry wood. These are much more rare. Only magic users can properly channel the energies within. However, he holds up the black one. This one.
And it's the wrong window, like I thought it was gonna do to me. Welcome, you're seeing inside. There we go.
I was like, this is... Oh no, it's just gonna go all the way down.
It's turtles all the way
forever.
down. But we're back. We had some technical difficulties. As I'm looking over at the chat, hello, How Tech Productions. You're catching us at a great moment as we're coming back from break. Alright, I think everything is back. The stream quality should be better. Sorry about that. So I guess before we jump back into it, I can do a little announcy.
Yeah.
And thanks for the follow. Is Jenna here? Are we all here? Like, I want to.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know if we're all here. So over the past week, we got the notification that we are now officially Twitch affiliates. Fanfare! Oh, this is where I was gonna have confetti come down. So I am so super proud of us, and we only started streaming June or July, right?
And we've been off and on.
Yeah, like we've been an official team since June 5th, I want to say.
Yeah, so
June, I think.
So we haven't even been doing this that long, and the fact that we're already able to make affiliates just warms my goddamn heart. So what does that mean? You can now subscribe to us, which is so super cool. And the best part is, if you have Amazon Prime, you don't even have to use your own money to subscribe to us. You could use your free Amazon Prime Twitch Prime sub, and we get the same amount as if you used your own dang money.
And we are figuring out what that means for what we're gonna do with like the
what we're gonna do with it. Yeah, definitely. Since we do these for charity anyway, a large portion's obviously gonna go to charity. Some ideas is the remainder, so we can go do more things to like get the word out there. But yeah, in the meantime, please, if you have that free Amazon Prime sub, I won't even ask you for your own money. I'll ask you for your own money you already give Amazon. And we will have emotes soon. So we're still trying to decide what to do for that. And we can maybe even make that like if you subscribe to us, you can have a say in what you want your emote to be.
That actually might be a good idea for a Twitter poll at some point. Maybe we'll put some of our favorite options up there and see what y'all think.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
And I'll let Adam, do you want to do the other super exciting announcement?
Sure. So to go with the Twitch affiliate thing and how long we've been doing this for, to call out, this is not related to my announcement, but I wanted to call out that as a channel, and thanks to all of your donations, we've raised over $1,300 for different charities, most of which went to Stronger Than Storms for hurricane recovery. So thank you to everyone who's participated and done that throughout the year. Money that's been contributed towards game giving, you guys have really made a difference. It is far and away more than I could have imagined we would have ever done when Mandy and Jenna and everyone else was like, we should stream our games. I'm like, oh god, everyone see me online being a terrible DM.
Well, and I do have to say on that note, it was actually Anna Prosser Robinson was like, oh cool, do you guys stream? And we all were like, we can? Yeah, so
yeah, in addition to all of those wonderful, amazing things, a friend of mine has been super generous and sent us some freebies to give away on our stream, which will be starting next week. My friend Carrie, who runs a shop called Off the Beaten Bath, makes some really cool bath supplies, one of which is a D20 bath bomb.
I want this
different
so bad.
Right?
And there's a surprise inside. So not only do you get an amazing, awesome bath bomb that smells great and you can treat yourself, there's also a little something inside for your next D&D game that you get to play in person.
What does it smell
my hope
like?
is that we will be able to start doing. So this one,
I want to know.
I actually wrote
So
a bunch of
excited.
copy for her website, so I will tell you. Let me pull up her shop here. So the one that I'm currently holding, which is pink and purple, is called Stress Less. Stress Less is...
What we all need.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, that too.
Pretty much.
This one has grapefruit, sweet orange, clary sage, lavender, and Roman chamomile. I have used all of these products, and they smell amazing. They're super comfortable. They are super awesome. I love them. And I don't want to give away what was inside of my first one that I opened because it'll give away the surprise, but I've used it in our games so far. So take from that what you will.
Okay.
It's a
products are
stat
awesome. I
sheet
use
for
them a lot.
animated broom.
Yeah, I'm gonna pimp out her shop in the chat here. But if you do decide that you need extra gifts for the holiday season or anything, or you have someone that you're not sure which one to get them, I strongly encourage you to check them out. And thank you for supporting our stream. And we will be raffling off or doing some kind of giveaway next week. Play for a Stress Less D20 bath bomb.
Yes.
If you're local, I'll deliver it to you in person. If I need to ship it, I'll ship it. But we'll figure out the logistics, and next week that will happen.
Yeah.
So, thank you, Carrie, for supporting us.
Thank
I
you,
really
Carrie.
appreciate it.
And I have to say, we're going to kind of tie this in to the fact that we are so close to 100 followers. So close. We hit over 1,000 viewers tonight. Like total views.
Holy crap!
We are like less than 10 followers away from 100 followers. And we're Twitch affiliates, so even though the Sister Slay are having not the greatest time right now, the Lady Gamers and Jen
also
are having a great time.
I just got an achievement that was unlocked from Twitch, and we have made at least one of our 3 achievements for getting to partner.
Okay, guys, we need to stop being so good at this because
Yeah.
I can't handle all of this at once. Let's spread it out a little bit.
Yeah, this is a lot. I'm like hitting me.
Start making me want to like actually stream too. Like
Yes.
Yeah.
So now that
Anyway.
we are all full of like good feels,
no, I love it.
let's
This is what it feels like
Positivity.
to be
This is-
popular.
yeah, well no, like this is what it feels like to not
This is
be
nerve
dying in
wracking.
Barovia.
Aw.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this is gonna go great for about 2 weeks until everyone dies.
Yep. And then we'll be like, please support us. We need to make new characters.
Yeah. We totally forgot to mention. For the people who are doing the subscriptions, the reason that we kind of brought that up is because we're considering doing something where for every subscription you get, maybe you get to donate a in-game item of some kind at DM's discretion to the characters when they need it most. So perhaps that extra healing potion on the fly, or I'll hide something inside of the campaign they can find. Maybe I'll name a magic item after you. All of these things are possible and more. We're hammering out the details, but if you are a subscriber and you're already subscribing when we make a decision, I will reach out to you and we'll figure that out. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Any other announcements before we dive back into this?
I'm real excited for things. Not this thing, but like things.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna dive back in. You guys were bartering with the shopkeep. There are some things that, as you went outside to discuss, when you come back in, we'll see how that goes. And then I believe we're on to see Madame Ava after that for
Yes.
Ravenloft.
Gotta pull my character sheet back up.
Awesome.
Roll20's not working for me. Awesome.
Okay. So you all come back, you approach the shopkeep, and
Have enough money.
he kind of looks at you inquisitively. Okay. Well, I mean, you have the Goldfish tree ash. We could maybe make that work.
What would you feel was a fair offer for just the Goldfish tree ash?
And Jayas is kind of like twirling the bottle like expertly in her hand. Like not twirling, but like kind of like, yes.
So tempted to make you roll an acrobatics check to see if you.
That's why I changed my wording.
Tempted.
That's why I changed my wording. I'm
not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. But just know I had that thought.
It's the ash is still good if it's on the ground.
So he watches you and kind of checks the Golthus tree ash. Of all the things to do with it. Looks at his wares. Here is my proposal. And this, I think, is a fair deal. I will make no adjustments. Take it or leave it. He reaches into the box with the potions, sets the 2 potions of vitality, 2 potions of superior healing, and then places the box with the 2 wands side by side. I'll give you all of these in exchange for the ashes. Do you feel this is fair?
I mean, I don't think anything you do is fair, but okay.
Yeah, Jayas is just gonna like... Cause she...
did something happen to the stream?
Yeah, I'm working on it, don't worry.
Oh, okay.
They're
asking that.
She's gonna be a little sad.
Give Amelia a little bit of a side eye and just say, I think that's fair. I'm not talking to the shopkeep. I'm talking to everybody else. I really think that that's fair, and I think these items would be extremely helpful to us. But of course, it's a democracy.
I don't think you guys ever listen to what I say anyway.
Oh.
Adrian, I love you.
Entangle comes to mind. I did it once. I could do it again, and I could leave you here.
So Jayas is just gonna be like, she knows how badly they need these items. She's a little sad that she has to give up her tree ash so quickly. She feels like she hasn't even had time to get to really know it. But she also knows that she had that feeling to take it for a reason at that point in time, and she could think at this point no better reason to hand it over. So she's gonna take like one last loving look at it, and she's gonna just nod and be like, "It's a good sir," and again clasps him on the shoulder. I think we have a deal.
Then I suppose we have a deal.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna bow towards him and grab the box and thank him profusely. Thank you. And I'm just gonna kind of hold him and just be really happy.
Thank you for your business. I appreciate it. I do hope I get to see you again. Adventurers do come and go, but I've got a good feeling about you. Please, anytime, come back and visit. But I feel I've kept you long enough. You're here for a reason, yes?
Are we?
Apparently.
Supposedly.
Madam Ava wishes to speak with you. I advise you go visit her.
So Jayas is gonna tip the invisible cap.
As we leave the tent, I had, before we left where the Sunless Citadel was, that town, I had gotten some bread just in case, and to thank Jayaz, I'm gonna give her the baguette that I had tucked away.
Smart bribery.
Rates for her now?
And Jayas is gonna look, and E has seen this look from her before, where she kind of gives her just this look with like the one tear in her eye, where she's like, she really feels that connection with her.
Oh.
Feel that with any of you.
You're just our little sister. That's all I gotta say.
Alright, so.
I'm just happy that our mom got something she wanted for a change.
Yeah, not any more sacks. Human
sacks. Something she really wanted. She got it.
You mean you didn't want a bag of human skin? That's so weird. I thought you would have loved that.
JR should have taken that sack. Damn it.
Okay.
You can get it later tonight. Wink, wink.
You all.
Come on, come on.
No. All right. So as you all exit, you make your way towards the big tent to the north, and you kind of wait outside for a moment, wondering, do you just go in? How does this work? And you peer inside, and you see Madame Ava. Magic flames cast a reddish glow over the interior of the tent, which reveals a low table covered in a black velvet cloth. Glints of light seem to flash from a crystal ball on the table as a hunched figure peers into its depths. As the crone speaks, her voice crackles like dry wheat. At last, you have arrived. Cackling laughter bursts forth, and she invites you all in, and as you enter, she gestures to each of you. Ah, yes. Jazz. There is much to you that your party does not. How are your younger one? Please, please. And then Janaga enters. Janaga.
Yes.
You have much sadness in your past, but I see right should I have of you, my deity.
I would like some happiness.
Amelia enters.
Boy.
You too have much darkness in your past. Stress with your family. I see. Interesting possibilities ahead of you. Much to still be determined. And as E walks in, she goes, Irendia, you, my dear, have strong ties to the place, whether you know it yet or not. Please, be seated. All of you sit on these beautiful, like, royal purple cushions that surround this black table. And she kind of gestures, and as she does, she begins to lay out these cards in front of you. And we are going to go to a blank table so I can do this properly.
I don't have to zoom out yet.
I don't think you have to zoom out. We are going to find out.
Oh my god.
So, Madame Ava looks you all up and down and goes, so, see that my family managed to find you okay. Thank you all for coming. We have much that we expect of you and hope for. I have many stories to tell for you. Your fates are directly intertwined with that of land and my people, and hopefully we'll come to see it in time. She begins to shuffle the cards as she kind of plays with them, and the lights and the magical flames that are lighting the inside of this tent begin to flicker in and out, almost as if kind of encouraging relaxation and almost a dream-like state. Kind of feel yourself give in to some sort of larger fate, and something else seems to be driving at the moment. She places 5 cards before you in that of a cross and begins to reveal them.
Okay.
Come on. Now this part is probably going to get a little wonky because doing this on a stream is very different from doing it in person. So I'm going to do my best to make this work right. And if there's a problem,
do you have to like place the card? Is that what it's?
Yeah, this is going to be the card reading.
Okay.
And I have specific things that I've been working really hard to set up, so I'm not sure how this is going to go. But we're going to do our best.
We're doing it live.
It's gonna be fine.
I got the bottle of whiskey just during the break just for this.
Alright, let me lay the cards out.
Like the fact that she knows about her family stuff already.
Mm.
She's like, I don't trust this woman.
There we got one there.
Nice. She can still see you, Adrian.
Oh no, I know. It's all mystical. Ooh.
Meanwhile, I have like all the computer glare that makes me extra white. I'm like, I'm a mono art. I have no nose.
Oh, yeah.
None of that is showing up on stream. Why?
Because it's
Why
not showing up for
because
us.
we're on the wrong layer. Gosh darn it.
Oh boy.
Boop.
To say we've
See if
arrived
they
in the
show up
white
now.
void.
The white room.
Layer, token layer.
There we go.
Yay.
We've got
Now we
cards.
see it. Good. Okay.
See,
And
no
they're on
cards are
stream
destiny.
too.
They're scary,
Excellent.
I'm going to
Okay.
get real close in on these.
Back in character, here we do. Here's how it goes. So, Madame Ava begins to flip the cards. She deals them out before you, and that of almost a cross. These will tell us just exactly how successful you will be and what you will need during your travels in Barovia. Card reading. Flip. Yes! It works! I'm so excited.
I'm not! Let me get closer. Enhance!
I'm having to zoom in because I don't know what this says.
Yeah.
Oh, does
So-
that say?
It is a Myrmidon. This card represents a den of wolves. Look for their home in the hills overlooking a mountain lake. There is a treasure here that belongs to you that currently is in possession of Mother Night. This particular treasure will help you find a knowledge of an ancient history that will let you better understand your enemy here in Barovia. The second card tells of a powerful force and protection, a holy symbol of great hope.
Could you flip over the second card?
The guild
You
member.
did.
Interesting. I see a dark room full of bottles. It is the tomb of a guild member. The third card is of power, strength. It tells of a weapon of vengeance, a sword made from pure daylight. The charlatan. Interesting. See a lonely mill on a precipice. The treasure lies within. The fourth card, the bottom. This card sheds light on one who will help you greatly in the battle against darkness. She considers for a moment, looks at the raven, as everything on this page is called the raven. Please hold.
I just want to imagine too that the four of us had walked in and like she just started talking and we haven't said a damn word. We're just like,
What is happening?
Like, we just legit walked in and she's like, sit down, blah, blah,
Like,
blah.
sit down, I'll tell your fortune. Blah, 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 blah. You're all kind of taken aback. Okay. The Raven card. The leader, the feathered ones here in Mist, lives among the vines. Though old, he has one more fight left in him. He will be one to help you.
Who?
An old raven.
Okay.
That's all I can see.
The three-eyed raven.
And then the last card in the center. This is your enemy here. Your enemy is a creature of darkness, whose powers are beyond mortality. This card leads you to. She pauses for a moment as she reaches forward and flips the card over. On it, you see the broken one. Interesting. It appears that the devil haunts the tomb of the man he envied above all others. Most peculiar. I don't know who this one is. Seems that your time in Barovia will be fraught with peril but also great reward. I feel that you will be the adventurer finally.